This next story is making national headlines. The video captures the mysterious moments a hair salon was broken into in Pittsfield. It happened last month in the hours just before a fundraiser for Vice President Kamala Harris's visit to the Colonial Theater, which is right next to that hair salon. Something else also captured on video, a Secret Service agent on the salon's back porch covering up the camera lens. Dan Levy went to the Berkshires today to find out what happened and why. He joins us live right now from Pittsfield. Dan, good afternoon.
Sabrina, good afternoon. First, I want to show people the close proximity of the Colonial Theater to the salon where the break-in took place. The large brick wall, that is the back of the Colonial Theater. On the other side is downtown Pittsfield. That would be North Street. And this is the back parking lot I'm standing in. And this is the 413 salon right behind it. And right now, I'm standing on the porch, the back porch, where this break-in took place. On the back porch of the 413 salon, Saturday morning, July 27th, a United States Secret Service agent who was part of Vice President Kamala Harris's security detail is seen. The salon was closed for the day as crowds gathered at the Colonial Theater to hear the Vice President speak. At one point, the agent is seen pulling up a chair, climbing on top, and then placing a piece of tape over the lens. The Secret Service confirms that information. The owner of the shop, who arrived later in the day, told our media partners at the Berkshire Eagle that when she got there, it looked like the lock on the back door had been picked. She then checked the interior surveillance camera and spotted two women in uniform roaming around inside, apparently there to use the restrooms. But then they helped themselves to the mints in the candy bowl on the way out. A source tells me the intruders were local first responders and not Secret Service agents. Meanwhile, a Secret Service spokesperson told me by phone today that yes, the individual placing the tape over the camera was a Secret Service agent, but she never entered the salon to use the restroom, and she did not instruct anyone to use the restroom. And even though the Secret Service insists their personnel was not involved in any way in this break-in, they have acknowledged that they're picking up the tab for the alarm system cost and for any cleanup that was required in the restroom. Coming up all new at 5 o'clock, how legal is it for Secret Service agents to enter private property without permission? We'll examine that issue coming up. We're live in Pittsfield with coverage you can trust. Dan Levy, News Channel 13. Sabrina, back to you.
This is quite the talker. Dan, thank you.
Tonight, folks in the Berkshire County area and beyond might all be wondering the same thing. Is it legal for Secret Service agents to enter a private property like this right here without your permission?
Well, according to the Secret Service tonight, that's not what happened at a Pittsfield salon last month when Vice President Kamala Harris was attending a fundraiser next door. Because of conflicting media reports, there's a lot of confusion about what actually happened here. So we sent our Dan Levy to Pittsfield to sort out the strange circumstances. Dan joins us live with what he found out. Dan.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, Steve. Good evening to you from the Berkshires. All right, behind me is the Colonial Theater, and this all unfolded last month on the morning of July 27th. That's when Vice President Kamala Harris was attending a fundraiser inside the theater. Meanwhile, out here in back, this is the 413 salon, and it seems that a Secret Service agent did climb up these steps and did place a piece of tape over that security camera. Now, I spoke on the phone with the Secret Service earlier today, and they confirmed that it was indeed one of their agents, but they insist none of their agents ever walked inside. Take a look at some of the video that we have from the surveillance system from inside the salon. It captures two women in uniform who are wandering around, and it appears that those women did use the restroom, and then they helped themselves to a handful of mints in the candy bowl on their way out. Now, sources have told me that the women were locals, part of the team of first responders who were on scene helping out Secret Service and other police security personnel. Now, keep in mind, Vice President Harris was speaking at the fundraiser at the theater next door. The incident raises a hypothetical question. Do Secret Service agents have the authority to enter private property without permission? In speaking with lawyers today and with Secret Service personnel, I can tell you that the answer to that question is an emphatic no.
Entering, using the bathroom, eating the candy, that part is not something that is normal and should not have happened.
And again, other attorneys that I spoke with today concur it's never okay for Secret Service agents or any government agents for that matter to enter private property without permission or without a search warrant. Now, there were some expenses incurred by the owner here. Who's paying for that? That part of the story coming up all new at 6 o'clock. We're live in Pittsfield with coverage you can trust. Dan Levy, News Channel 13. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
We appreciate you covering it for us, Dan.
Tonight, the United States Secret Service is apologizing to a beauty shop owner in the Berkshires, even though the agency maintains its agents did not do anything beyond what it's supposed to do. Dan Levy has been in Pittsfield today searching for answers to this. He joins us live right now with what he has learned. Dan, good evening to you.
Good evening to you, Sabrina. I'm standing in the back parking lot of the Colonial Theater in downtown Pittsfield. Inside that theater back on July 27th, Vice President Kamala Harris was attending a fundraiser, and there were Secret Service agents and other local police present. They were swarming the area all day long. In the meantime, in the back parking lot at this beauty salon, something unusual happened on the back porch. Hours before the vice president showed up, surveillance video shows a Secret Service agent walking up onto the porch of the 413 salon and then placing a piece of tape over the camera. Meanwhile, later in the day, interior surveillance video captures two women in the uniform wandering around inside the salon using the bathroom and then grabbing some candy in a dish on their way out. As has been explained to me by the Secret Service, it's just a coincidence that people wound up inside the salon shortly after the exterior camera lens was covered. But covering the lens, I'm told, is not unusual as a procedure for agents while in the course of protecting VIPs. Now, even though they would not elaborate on specific procedures or protocols, the Secret Service did issue a statement on the incident.
On the record, I could say that, yes, that individual was a Secret Service agent, but she never entered the salon to use the restroom, nor did she open the door and instruct anyone to enter the salon.
All right, but even though the agency insists none of their agents entered the building, the Secret Service did apologize to the salon owner, and they agreed to pick up some cost because there is a cost that goes along with the alarm company showing up, and also there was some cleanup to be done in the bathroom, and that's taken care of by the Secret Service. We're live in Pittsfield with coverage you can trust. Dan Levy, News Channel 13. Sabrina, back to you.
And the story making national headlines now. Dan, thank you.